Chapter 1. The spring weather seemed warmer than usual in Tehran, but Abdul Hussein did not notice. As a former Iranian Air Force flyer, he was concentrating on hovering over the 1-inch shiny marker on the tarmac. To set his anti-gravity hydroplane exactly over the marker meant that he had won the bet. Although it wasn't much. A dinner at the expense of his friend, Ali Sharif. When he dropped the plane exactly over the marker, he looked over by the fuel truck to give Ali a thumbs up. Ali pinched his nose with a thumbs down, and they both laughed. That evening in the cafe where Ali paid his debt, he asked his friend, "Are you really going to be an astronaut?" "I think with a little training I could be. But Syrians are not welcome in Iran's space program." "But you have been flying for the Iranian Air Force." "That is different. They needed pilots. They have their own astronauts. However, I am going to learn the computer modulation and fundamentals of operating a spaceship. I will start tomorrow." "Well then, you are going to be an astronaut. Where are you going to learn?" Abdul looked over his shoulder and spoke softly. "At the Institute for the Defenders of Islam." Ali lost his smile. "That is a terrorist group, Abdul. What have you done? You haven't joined them, have you? You should join them too, my friend. It is our duty to kill the infidels, all non-Muslims." Ali pushed away from the table and rose. "You are on dangerous ground. Those mullahs and clerics only speak of murder. They call it the will of Allah to cleanse the land, but it is murder just the same. Heaven help us if they and their kind ever gain power. They are nothing but terrorists." As Ali walked away, Abdul said, "Does this mean no more bets?" Ali did not answer, and Abdul laughed. The next day, Abdul began his training in the basics of becoming an astronaut, with no intention of completing the course. That was the instructions from the cleric at the mosque where the Defenders of Islam met. Although media of many countries called such groups terrorist, the clerics said they were freedom fighters and warriors, defending their faith. Abdul was not sure if he believed all of what the clerics taught, but the longer he stayed, the more he became absorbed in it. When he learned enough to operate a space shuttle with help from a command center, he was invited to a secret meeting. There were 3 clerics and 6 men who wore hoods with openings for eyes and nose. They sat at a long table with the clerics all at one end. Abdul was invited to sit before the table. If it were not for the hoods, Abdul would have thought it was a government hardline inquisition. But the hoods relaxed him. He was among his own. The head cleric said, "We are proud of you, Abdul. They tell me you are well qualified to operate this spaceship. At the time, we have associates in Paris who will have a spaceship available to fly to an international space station and destroy it in the name of Allah. Does this bother you?" "Not if it is the will of Allah." "And so it is. The person who is scheduled to fly to this station will have to be eliminated, and you will take his place. Can you handle this?" "If it is the will of Allah." "And so it is. We will give you final instructions and money for your trip to Paris tomorrow."